the jizz of almost like a grey plover in terms of how it looks in that black eye, I would guess. How does it differ from a rough?
Well, I'd say they got that overall buff coloured weight. I think it's that buff coloration. I think it's a lot more buff than that's what they're saying a lot on this year. I think we were chatting about, you know, with Mark and Mark Haystack and Justin Ponder, and I was actually saying to them, how do they know what it was? And they said the way they knew what it was just something. It just actually looked different. They say here most similar to larger juvenile rough, but legs are shorter and bill straighter and shorter and has brighter sandy buff bellies. It's that buff coloration again.
And in terms of behaviour, is it also found next to water? Or?
Typically associated with dry grassland and stubble, also pond and lake margins. I'm always interested. I always talk about these here. We were quite funny, typically tame and approachable, so it's quite an approachable. We'll see about that when we try to get photos of it.
Well, that sounds like the perfect habitat in Mpempe, which is just grassland, open sort of felt top area. So yeah. Rather fortunately, we arrived here, and Josh had already located it, the Buff-breasted Sandpiper. So it was quite simple, just simply setting up the tripod and getting the scope on it. And yeah, we're just quite happy to share this experience with all these other birders around. And yeah, just once again, big thank you to Andrew Zyl from Wireless Distributors for lending us the scope for the weekend. Definitely made a difference, and as you can see, lots of people enjoying the scope and enjoying the sighting of this great bird. So yeah, I think there's still lots more in store today, and lots more exciting birds to be seen in this area. And I think we're probably gonna head over to Nabela or around the Salusia area and see what those areas have to find.
Yeah, well, I mean, shame it gets hot in the tundra too sometimes.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I think for most people, first and foremost, it's a lifer, which makes it all the more special. Not only in KZN but in South Africa. And yeah, I mean, this area just continues to deliver. So, you know, for those that don't know about Mpempe Pan and sort of just Zululand birding in general, this is definitely an area you want to come. We definitely recommend coming up here with a guide though, if you don't know the area. It can be a little bit confusing, the layout of the land, and you know, unfortunately or fortunately, the reality of birding in South Africa is that you do need to bird in numbers like this. There are sort of safety concerns in the area. That's why we recommend a guide, not only to find the bird, but just to, you know, someone that knows the area, knows the sort of you know, the customs and who, you know, who you need to speak to come to this area. So yeah, just glad we get to share this bird with so many people, and looking forward to finding many more. Check here. It's tiny. Turn it on.
Okay, that really is tiny.
Turn it on. It's got image stabilization. Just hit that zoom button and you'll go in and out. Just look through. It's like a little monocular.
This is weird.
All the gear, no idea.
Sure, and it's quite handy. I just jump, so you can like look for something further out.
To 800.
And then you just like, surprisingly good considering how small it is. It's like,
they got lines here now, don't
check that thing. What?
I don't think I'll replace my bins, but it is pretty cool, I will say that. Zoom is actually quite decent. Yeah, it's a little bit grainy when you go to max zoom, but I mean, it's really, considering the size of this thing, it's quite impressive. So no, it's very cool. I like it.
What do you think we get? What do you think we do? So there's quite a lot of guys here this morning. Like we were saying, it was almost a little bit unfair. Got to see the thing so quickly. It's good to have good optics now. So what do you reckon we do? I know Nabela's got some good birds also.
Nabela's got some good birds. There is a whole back section to this area over here, which we can just take a drive through. Normally there are a lot of waders and ducks, and there have been greater sand plovers seen around there as well. So maybe we can try for those. Failing which, we go try for for the great snipe at Nabela.
Well, I think we're here. So the fact that we're here, I think let's make the most of it. We can rush off here and we might get to Nabela and get a report something else has been seen. I think let's rather make sure that we're the ones who see that other thing. Yeah.
I agree. Hey, southern bald harvest, right here. It shouldn't be out here, it's weird. So yeah, nice find and well done.
See what those guys were saying, it's just totally different. It's like it's easy to pick up.
I was surprised actually how small it was, because I was expecting like a rough sized bird or even grey plover. So I mean, it wasn't much bigger than those cliff plovers.
And also, I don't know if you noticed when I was walking along, you did see that definitely, that it's kind of like its body is quite low and horizontal to the ground. You almost see that.
It's a little sandpiper.
Yeah, but it's quite distinctive on that compared to the other birds around it. I mean, obviously there was plovers around it, but
on the way to Nabela. Targets there would be rosy-throated longclaw. There's also pale crown testicular in the area, and there's been talk of great snipe. So hopefully we'll link up with Nick Shello and the guys and try and scope out for that thing, because that'll be a really good find.
Also, reports of a sooty falcon in this area, so we'll just check for that also.
Okay, yeah. So we found which way not to go to Nabela.
Yeah, we didn't get lost though. We took the scenic route.
Exactly. There's a saying that if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there, and that's definitely the case. So with the recent rains in December, the water level of the lake, Lake St. Lucia, has risen considerably. So where you would normally be able to drive out into the sort of the soggy grasslands and look for rosy-throated longclaw, the water's right up. So unfortunately, the birding is near impossible in the area. There were only a few sort of waders in the central island, so we've sort of scrapped that idea. I mean, the rosy-throated longclaws are somewhere, so they in some grassland. But I think we're just going to maybe head on down towards the St. Lucia area. We could always pop into the estuary around there. There it's a lot more reliable. We know that we can walk around. There's going to be waders on the mud flats there, so that probably sounds like a better idea. Cool, so thanks so much for watching, guys. As you can see, we set out the day to target the Buff-breasted Sandpiper, a really sought after rarity, not only in KZN but throughout South Africa. And we were all laughing because twitches don't seem to go this well very often. We arrived at site at Mpempe Pan, and we managed to lock onto the bird immediately. So with that being said, you know, most of the day was really sorted from the beginning. So pursuing afterwards to go and look for other species like we mentioned earlier, like rosy-throated longclaw. We thought we'd take a few uncharted roads down to the Nabela Peninsula, which proved to be challenging and fun actually at the same time. It was nice to get lost in some of the back roads in the sand forest of Isimangaluso in and around the wetland park. And upon arriving down to the actual estuary, we found that due to the recent rains from December and more recently, the whole estuary was flooded, and we literally couldn't even walk out onto the flooded grass plains. Failing which, we came through to St. Lucia, and as you can see, which is typical for Zululand this time of the year, the heat of the day has picked up the wind. The birds aren't calling as much. There's not too much to be seen. There's a howling northeasterly wind. So we just pulled in here to Sugarloaf campsite, and we just thought we'd round up the day. So all in all, a fantastic experience. You know, great birding with great friends, and great to share some of these, you know, some of the best equipment that birding has to offer with other birders at the site at Mpempe Pan. And we really hope that you enjoyed this video today, because we enjoyed making it for you, and we look forward to joining on the next one. Keep birding. We'll see you soon. Just want to say a big thank you for watching this video, and to our friend Wian van Zyl, or better known as Safari Wian, who did all the filming for us and a lot of the editing. And we really encourage you to go over to his channel, go and see what he's about. He's got fantastic videos on wildlife, photography tips and tutorials, and you're really going to like his passion for what he does. So thanks again, and see you on the next one.